Good evening. The news now in the south. A distraught Hampshire couple have described vandals who used a digger to destroy their roadside cafe as evil. Barry and Marion Sims worked 16 hours a day to build up their business, but a pile of rubble is all they have to show for it now, as Hugh Kirby reports.
For 6 years, Barry and Marion Sims worked from dawn till dusk to build up business at their roadside cafe on the A33 at Micheldever. Now it and their lives lie in ruins.
Devastated. Devastated. Evil. Evil. They've got no compassion, no nothing. They don't know what they're doing to people.
She's talking about whoever broke into this digger last Friday afternoon. It was parked next door. Whoever used it to destroy a business built on sheer hard work.
16 hours a day, you know, at least. We get up in the morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes by the time we've done cash and carry, 8, 9 o'clock when we get indoors for something to eat. And then weekends, working to get everything up together, tidy in.
Damage is estimated at £100,000. The couple say they don't know why they've been targeted, but they're fighting back. Service has resumed as far as possible from their holiday caravan parked behind the shattered building. But 5 days on, and the sight continues to appall them.
It's like every morning when we come up, you still think it's a dream, you know, you're going to come up and everything's fine.
But it isn't, and it won't be, not for many months to come. Hugh Kirby in Micheldever for Meridian News.
The mother of a murdered Sussex schoolteacher is to close a petition calling for tighter controls on violent internet pornography. Jane Longhurst was killed by a man obsessed with violent pornographic websites. Around 50,000 people have signed her petition, which will now be handed in to the House of Commons next Wednesday. Life has been returning to normal across Poole and Bournemouth today after yesterday's blackout of much of the area. Power cables were brought down following a fire at a scrapyard. Engineers say the power may have to go off temporarily tomorrow, though. Plans to build 8,000 homes on farmland in Basingstoke have been put on ice after councillors received a report from an independent planning inspector. The decision to develop Meridian farm will now be made in 2011. The parents of a toddler who drowned in a garden pond are warning others to take action to prevent another tragedy. Ashley Craney drowned in just 2 feet of water at his home near Southampton. Sue Slattery reports.
The pond where Ashley drowned has now been filled in and turned into a memorial garden for the little boy. But his father says he still lives with the guilt, believing he could have prevented his son's death. Martin Craney had intended to fill in the pond, but this March he found his precious toddler face down in the water in the back garden of their home in Bursledon near Southampton. He'd been out of his sight for just a few minutes.
I think to myself there's no one else to blame apart from the person who put that pond in the garden, which was me. So I mean, I'm going to cut myself up about it all my life. And every time I look at his photo, I say sorry to his photograph. I go to the cemetery and I say sorry to him because I blame myself for it.
The whole family has been devastated by Ashley's death. Now they've decided to act to ensure no other family has to go through the same tragedy.
If you think about putting a pond in, don't do it at the end of the day. But if they've got a pond, at least they can do is like just cover it up.
Ashley was just 2 when he died. Nothing can bring him back, but his parents say if they can save at least one other life, his death won't have been in vain. Sue Slattery in Bursledon for Meridian News.
A man who was abandoned at Gatwick Airport when he was just a few days old is appealing for help to fill in the missing gaps in his life. Steve Hydes has no idea where he comes from, as Catherine Hull reports.
Looking at family photographs with his mum, you would think Steve Hydes was like any other young man. But Steve is quite unique. These photographs and newspaper clippings are all he has to tell him about the first few days of his life. For Steve was abandoned 20 years ago at Gatwick Airport. And now, at the age of 19, he's begun the task of trying to find his birth mother.
I know that I was found in the ladies' toilets, wrapped in tartan blankets, in a baggage rack at approximately, about 10 days old. What happened to me within that 10 days? Where was my birth mother? It's just a big gap that I need to fill in.
At the time, Steve's story hit the headlines, with newspaper articles and the television full of appeals for his mother to get in touch. He became known as Gary Gatwick, and the name stuck. On his birth certificate, he is called Gary Laker, after the airport's mascot and the airline flying from there at the time.
What would you say to your birth mother if she was listening now?
Get in contact, just to fill in questions that I've not been able to answer, just the blanks at the beginning of my life.
Staff at hospitals in Southampton have gained national recognition. Both the Southampton Dermatology Centre at the Royal Southampton Hospital and the Rheumatology Department at Southampton General have been recognised in the annual Hospital Doctor Awards. So well done to them. Now, there's already a heavy frost in parts of the region tonight, but now let's take a full look at the weather with Gemma Humphries.
Sea France Dover Calais Ferries, sponsors of Meridian weather.
Good evening. Well, clear skies overnight tonight means that temperatures are going to really take a tumble, down to a low of -2 Celsius, with a very light wind, 1 or 2 mist patches perhaps by tomorrow morning, but plenty of sunshine to start the day. But it is going to feel very, very cool indeed. After that widespread ground frost, it is going to take time for these temperatures to recover. So only by about 5 or 6 Celsius by lunchtime, and then gradually as we go through the afternoon, we are going to see these northwesterly winds picking up to 15 miles an hour. So that really will take the edge off temperatures. We will see some patchy cloud bubbling up through the afternoon. Everywhere staying dry though, feeling very chilly as I say. Temperatures up to 7, that's 45. Good night.
Thanks, Gemma. That's how the south looks this Wednesday night. More from us in GMTV tomorrow morning. Now then, back to Trevor McDonald. Good night.